something where I know fit do. Yo,
Oh yeah, what up, y'all? This your boy Ice Prince Zamani, last giddy hustler, J-Town ambassador, and this is my KLAT cover shoot. I feel good, everything nice.
So, can you start by saying who you are and what you do?
Who am I? My name is Panshak Zamani, aka Ice Prince. I come from a city called Jos, the coldest city in Nigeria, West Africa. I am a music artist. I make Afro beats, hip hop, and I've been making music since my adolescence, since 1999. I've been in the studio, and yeah, that's pretty much who I am. I'm a nice guy. I like to stay icy, like my name says, and pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well, can you take us on that journey? Starting music to where you are now?
For me, music started pretty much. The love for music, I would say, started off at a very young age. At like age 11, I used to follow like an uncle of mine who is a legend in my state in Nigeria. His name is Dantala. He's a music legend. So from a very young age, I used to follow him and watch him perform. He plays like xylophone and all the local instruments that you could think of. He plays like about 20 some instruments. And then I fell in love with music again from church because I joined the teens choir in my church, and I started off singing a tenor for the choir, and my love got deeper around that time. And this was around the same time that I fell in love with Tupac music, with JT Money music, with Nas and DMX, and I just knew I wanted to do this.
So, doing music was always in the plan?
Yeah, doing music was always in the plan from like age 11, 12, I would say. When I was younger than that, I wanted to be like a pilot, a doctor, a soldier, just like every other kid. But from age 11, when I fell in love with following my uncle and watching him perform and singing in church, I knew I wanted to do music for probably the rest of my life.
So far, as album now,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. I don't feel like a weight off my shoulder, but I feel very excited about the fact that I'm able to put out music. I'm able to put out an album. These days it's not easy to put out an album. An album is a big project these days. So just the fact that I have the opportunity to do so and feed my fans more music, I'm very, 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 very excited about that. You know what I mean? This is my 4th studio album, and I have some of the most amazing musicians and producers on the album. So it's something that I'm very, very proud of. It's called Fire and Ice. So it represents me from both sides of my coin, the good and the bad, the hot and the cold, the negative and the positive, the ups and the downs. I'm very excited to share this album with the world.
So, out of all your albums, what has been your favorite to work on? Or do you have a favorite?
Oh man, my favorite to work on, my favorite album that I worked on would have probably been, such a hard one because they're all my babies, they're all my, they're all like my kids. It's hard for me to put one over the other, but I'll probably say the new one, Fire and Ice. It was very exciting to work on that album because I worked with a lot of my younger brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? Like people who were way younger than me. With the other albums, I made it with my peers and my OGs, but with this album, I made it with a lot of my youngins, people who, some of them came up listening to me while they were younger. So I was very excited about making this album. I had so much to learn from these young guys. I had so much to learn and so much to improve on myself as an artist. So definitely excited about this one, probably the most. And also because it's the one that I can remember fastest. You know what I mean?
Okay, so coming back, you grew up in Nigeria. Any fond memories you can share with us?
Man, growing up in Nigeria was a blessing, or is a blessing, because there's something we call street OT. Maybe you should ask a Nigerian what street OT means. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can only learn street OT growing up in that country. You know what I mean? First of all, it's the biggest black nation in the world. So you can imagine how, I don't want to use the word gangster, but you can imagine how tough it is growing up, in a country like that. I grew up in a city called Jos. Like I said, it's the coldest city. And at a very young age, I experienced like crisis, and wars that engulfed in my city, religious wars and stuff like that. And I wasn't born poor and I wasn't born rich, but I had the opportunity to see the streets, learn from my elders. If I'm to come back again next life, I will definitely want to be Nigerian and grow up in Nigeria. I think that's an OT that we have that the rest of the world don't have. Do you know what OT is?
Like you tell us.
Street orientation. Yeah. So the OT is for the orientation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't not ask you about your favorite Nigerian dish.
I want to play to you. Nigeria has so many amazing food, so many diverse cultures and different type of food. I know everybody's gonna tell you jollof rice or whatnot, but yo, I had jollof rice all my life. It cannot be my favorite food, right? And my favorite Nigerian food changes from the season. I would say right now, maybe the fisherman soup. If you ever come to Nigeria, ask them for fisherman soup. That one, they enter straight into your intestines and everything. Yo, that would probably be my favorite for now. Next month, it might be okra, it might be egusi, it might be something else. But yeah, the fisherman soup is classic.
Okay, so you have to come to a lot of places. Where's been your favorites?
My favorite place I've been at, apart from Nigeria, I love to be in Nigeria. I wouldn't like to be like every time I travel out of my country, if I stay outside for up to 2 months, my body's itching me to go back. So I love being in Nigeria 1000%. But being around the world, my favorite place to go would be Cape Town, South Africa. I think that is the most beautiful place on planet Earth. Yeah, Cape Town, South Africa.
Oh, okay. And then, can you tell us about the time that you traveled to South Korea?
Oh yeah, I was in South Korea earlier this year. A booking that really shocked me. When I got that call that I was going to South Korea, I was like, what? We even have Africans there and stuff like that. And we were able to perform in 2 cities. I did the capital city, Seoul, and I also went to another city called Busan. And the Busan was pretty much a totally Nigerian crowd. There were more Nigerians in the audience. But with Seoul, I was surprised to find out that there's so many South Africans in South Korea. Like a lot, 90% of the audience was South Africans. It was an amazing show. I got to record with one of the hottest upcoming artists over there. His name is Kowe. We made a song together, and I was there for about a week. Just a different environment from what I'm used to. You know what I mean? I've been around. I've performed in China, performed in Malaysia, in Singapore, but not in South Korea. You know, even though those places are around it, South Korea is pretty much a different place. They're so advanced with like technology and everything, man. It's such a beautiful place. I would love to go back over and over again. But yeah, I had an amazing time. And shout out to all the Africans out there, man. When I did far away, but we connected though still.
And that shows you the reach that you have.
Bless God.
You're in Wales.
Yeah.
What has been your favourite part of that?
Oh man, my favorite part about being in Wales is the people around me. Honestly speaking, the people. First of all, shout outs to Hinterland Entertainment. Shout out to OTID Entertainment. These are the people that literally brought me out here, you know, and they've made me feel so at home. They've made me feel very comfortable. They've treated me like a brother. And I'm very, very excited about it. You know, I used to always think that Cardiff was far away from, from the UK or London, or, I was just so used to London. And I wanted a different experience. You know, I wanted to be somewhere else that felt like my home, like my city, like Jos. And Cardiff feels like Jos. Not too much traffic. I love that. Beautiful people everywhere. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's nice for no reason. And I like that, And they have good food as well. Very, very good food. Good Chinese, good English, good Nigerian, good everything. I was telling my friends that if I'm gonna buy a house in the UK, it would be a place like Cardiff. Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite thing to do on a Tuesday?
My favorite thing to do on a Tuesday is Tuesday. So we have a party every Tuesday called Tuesday Africa. It's one of the biggest parties in Nigeria. Every Tuesday, literally, we have a carnival. Every Tuesday, not once a month, not once a year. Every Tuesday, You know, we have like a festival in our Bullet Bar. It's called Tuesday. So yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. And Tuesday is coming to the UK, starting off in Cardiff on the 20th of October. You know, I'm gonna be there, gonna be live. Nice, the legendary Nice, the man behind Gongo. So we're gonna turn up that night. Everything nice. Tuesday, DJ Treble, Shabalistica, all the man that are in the building, and we gonna turn up.
You've been shooting with us at KLAT. How's it been so far?
Man, so far so good. I've been saying Bomber Clats since I came in here. I think let's make this edition called the Bomber Clats edition. But yeah, man, it's been nice. The stylist, the stylist came through with all the drip I needed. I didn't even need to bring stockings really. I should have just come barefoot. Because the stylist is so on point. The whole team is on point. You're very nice too. So I feel good, man. I feel good. Shout out to KLAT Studios. So comfortable out here, and I want to see you guys do more and more and more and more to the world.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for support.
Yeah.
Okay, you've been going around with HIV. Are they going to do your tour and doing media? How's that been?
They've been hosting me nice, but it's been a lot of male testosterone around me. When I say a lot of testosterone around me, there's just been niggas, no girls. But it's a big team. It's a very, very big team. I love them so much. I'm very proud of what they're doing. I know they're focused. That's why they don't roll around with girls. Maybe. But yeah, I love OTID. Big up to, Sami and the whole Osaz, the whole gang.
Okay, Chocolate City is a big part of it.
Yeah.
How's your journey? How was it?
Chocolate City is a big part of my life, not just my come up. You know what I mean? Like, that's my family. That's my gang. You know what I mean? The first record label to sign me and introduce me to the world. So I'm forever grateful to them just, for that. And beyond the music, we built a relationship that was, like I said, family. You know what I mean? The CEOs and the staff, everybody is like a brother or like a sister to me. I don't treat my relationship with them like business. I know there's a stereotype of artists always falling out with their record labels when they part ways or whatever. Mine was not the case. When my contract was over with Chocolate City and I wanted to start my own record label, they actually did a nice send forth for me. You know what I mean? There's never been an issue between me and them. Or rather, let me say, whatever issues we have, we know how to hatch it behind closed doors and not, project any bad energy to the world. And I hope that it stays. I pray that it stays like that. Aldo Mekuri, M.I. Abaga, Jesse Jacks, Paulo Kugu. I'm mentioning the names that run this record label. They're all family to me, and I'm very honored and proud that I was able to come through that school. You know what I mean? Like that school of Chocolate City. I learned so much. And even though I'm not signed to them contractually right now, I'm forever gonna be a Chalk boy because that's already, a part of my DNA and my blood already. So that's family. Yeah.
Can you tell us about, your style, your inspiration?
My style is very Joss. My style is very J-Town. And again, that's the city I come from. Again, like I said, it's the coldest city in Nigeria. So I grew up wearing a lot of jackets, a lot of varsities, a lot of beanies, even fur jackets, like it gets that cold. So yeah, I grew up being very urban. And I guess that's my style. I just can't switch from it. Even though I try to do bespoke when it's an important event, or maybe if I'm taking you on a date, like I intend to, I'm gonna wear a bespoke jacket. but I'm mostly urban. You'll mostly catch me like in urban stores and stuff like that. I checked out Culture Clothing out here in Cardiff, and yeah, that's my kind of stuff. I just had to just give my guy a shout out because they treated me nice out there. So yeah, shout out to Culture Coding.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Final question. What's next? Any insight you can give us?
Oh man, what's next for me? It's a lot on my table. Next year is gonna be an interesting year for me. I hope, I pray that I'm able to put out my movie next year. I have a movie called Me Versus Me that is literally like an autobiography about my story and how I was raised, how I came up, and I have some superstars in that movie. I'm hoping that I can get it released as soon as possible because I think a lot of my people, a lot of my fans will learn a lot more about me when they see that movie. And yeah, that's something I'm very, very excited about. But apart from that, of course, I'm gonna drop more music. I'm always here trying to rap. You know what I mean? I'm always here trying to sing songs. So expect more music, more videos, and more fire, more ice.